Aloha, everybody. This is Dave Wallace coming to you from Wahiawa, Hawaii. And today I'd like to share with you a method that I use to go after the Powerball and Mega Million lotteries. And this method that I use is associative remote viewing. And what you're looking at are all of the symbols, the 70 symbols that I use to attack the Powerball and Mega Million lotteries. Okay, each one of these symbols represent a number, and let's start off with the top row. Okay, and the top row, this is my tiny, then small, then medium, then juvenile, and big, and large and extra large numbers. Okay, so that's how they're categorized. And for my tiny numbers, I start off with number 1 being a rocket, and it looks like the number 1 because it's nice and tall. 2 is a shoe, which is, unless you have 3 feet, 3 legs, okay, you have 2 shoes, okay. And then a tricycle, 3 wheels for number 3. A car, 4 wheels for number 4. Glove is number 5. Number 6 is a 6-shooter. Number 7 is die. You can put 2 dies if you want, okay? Because 7 is a winner or loser in craps. And then we have the 8 ball for number 8. And number 9 is a baseball infield. And 9 is baseball because there's 9 players in 9 innings, okay? And finally, the 10th one is a bowling pin, and you can figure out why 10 is important to bowling. Okay, so all of these symbols do have an actual picture, okay, that I have stored away in my mind, and I also have it stored away in a box that I keep, and I use it to refresh myself. But the reason why I reduced it to sketches is that when I am creating my pictures, they're sketches, they're not photographs, okay? So I prefer to have the memory of these things as sketches because that's what I'll be creating. So the idea behind using symbols or sketches comes from the fact that when I started remote viewing, I was taught by my mentors that remote viewers have a difficult time seeing numbers. So I wanted to play the lottery and I wanted to use remote viewing. So I had to come up with an idea that would work within the remote viewing framework. So I created pictures to represent numbers. And that's what these are. Okay, so you got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, all 70. Okay, and they're all here. Now, it took me a long time to do this, and a lot of inspiration, a lot of praying, a lot of connection with my ancestors to make sense of these. And these symbols make sense to me. If you are trying to mimic this method, you're going to have to find pictures that mean something to you. You need to connect with it. Is it difficult? Of course it is. Okay? And, but for those of you who's been bugging me for numbers from this method, I'm showing you how to create your own. And you're going to have to work for it. Okay? So these are 70 symbols right here. So you create your own, and you can get your numbers from these. So after creating these symbols, then you need a format to follow. How are you going to do this? Okay. And the format that I use is a piece of paper. And when I initially draw this out, you have a blank sheet, and then I just draw in the lines. So I split my sheet into 2 parts. On the left, okay, on the left is where I make my initial sketches. And let me explain what this is. This is real traditional remote viewing way of identifying what kind of work you're going to be doing. This is for the Powerball, and it has a focus number or a target reference number here. It's PB 1511, and then you have the date of the draw. Okay, so this was 15th of November 2021, so within this last week. So once I establish this, and I start, before I start my sketch here, I know I'm going to be creating a sketch on this side. This is reserved for feedback. And feedback, all of this here is not made until after the numbers are drawn on the 15th of November. So this side I'm creating on the 14th of November, all this side on the left, and on this side is something that I create during feedback. Okay, and what I'm trying to do is place my mind in time of feedback and ask myself, what will I be drawing here during feedback? Okay, and since number 5 is highlighted, it shows that this is a hit. This is something that I hit on. And as I look on this side, where did number 5 show up? Wow, it was the last one to show up, but it was the first impression. So this match with this right up here. Okay, so I call this a primary hit. So it's interesting that sometimes my last impression is often ends up being my first sketch. It's weird how it works out sometimes. Okay, so, and then another another sketch that I made on the 14th that matched up exactly was this sketch. I call it Sweet Okole. It's actually a nude woman sitting on a bench. Okay, and if you turn it sideways like this, you can see the number 31. Okay, so that's why 31 is I call this Sweet Okole, and this was a direct match, this perfect match. Okay, and the other matches that came were not perfect matches. However, they were secondary reads. And 23 up here is actually the Powerball down here. And 23 is Michael Jordan or LeBron James, whichever one you favor. Okay. And then right under Sweet Okole, I drew a mountain. And the actual one that came out was a mountain. However, this mountain was a live volcano, while what I drew was a dormant volcano. So 53 was one of the choices, and so this is a secondary read also. So 23 and 53 were secondary reads. The other sketches were misses. Okay, so a large woman over here was a miss, and the 8 ball was a miss. So these are samples of how this works. So the night before, I focus on this side and ask myself, what am I going to draw on this side? And I just work down from my first number, second number, third number, fourth number, fifth number, and then the bonus ball. Okay, and when I'm done, after making the sketches, I make an assessment. I said, okay, this is number 8, but what other symbols are circular like this, and a clock, 24 is, and a tricycle is also. So that's how I get my primary reads and my secondary reads. For here, I had the idea of 2 balls up here on the giraffe's head, and the actual picture 23, 2 balls. Okay, so that's a secondary read. All right, so, and this is where I get the numbers. So the first number in each is the number representing, like 54 is diamond head, And 68 is a great big date. Okay, and number 5 is here. So that's how you get the numbers. Okay, and when I'm done, I list all of the numbers as they appear. This is the first set, second set, third set, fourth set, and the bonus. Okay, actually the fifth set and the bonus balls here. Then I create and mix and match here. Okay, and comes out this way. So on the 15th, I was able to hit 4 of the 6 numbers, and which is really good. Okay, so this is the format you can use. If you prefer using a bigger paper and doing this sketch all on individual papers, may I suggest that you divide the papers up into 4s. Okay, and any way you want to do it, find your own way to create this. Okay, so this is the way I do it. And if you're interested in learning how to do this, I can help you put these things together, and that way you can take charge of your own destiny instead of depending on other people. Anyway, so if you have any questions, please post them, and I'll get back with you. And but I will not share the numbers I create from these systems. Okay, you're gonna have to create your own and come up with your own. And until next time, and until later today, feedback. This is Dave Wallace from Waihoa, Hawaii, saying aloha.